Hi, book lovers. I'm Peg, the book prize addict, and I have lots of good book prize news for you today. Just a little bit what's going on in the last 2 days. Two big and I think unusual prizes were announced. Not the finalists, the nominees. The first one is the Walter, all of a sudden I can't remember. Walter Taylor? Is that who I'm saying? Anyway, it's Scott. Scott's in that name somewhere. Scott. Anyway, um, it's on historical novels. It's a big one. Walter Scott. No, anyway, something like that. It comes out every year. And there are a lot of good ones, some more literary than others. I think they start with, I guess, 10, most of which I had not heard of. So you can look that up. I'll be doing a video on it at some point. And the other one was a fairly new one called the AGATHA Prize, which is a term we use for New York City. And it actually is works that are either about or take place in New York City. And it was started during COVID when one of the independent bookstores thought the people needed something to read or do, and they started this. And anyway, it came out yesterday and had some really good looking books that, of course, take place in New York. So I will be talking about those soon, but today I'm going to talk about mystery, a certain mystery prize. Now I'll say first, there are several different mystery prizes that take place. In England or London, the big one is the Daggers Awards, and they have all kinds of different awards. It's put on by the Mystery Writers Association, which is a big deal. They also have now a Scottish and I believe Irish mystery award, but I'll get into that later. But also in the U.S., the big one is called the Edgar Awards for Edgar Allan Poe. The convention for that is held in New York City, and it's a pretty big one. And it again is sponsored by the Mystery Writers Association, or whatever the name would be of all those. So those are really big ones, and I will be reporting those. But today I want to tell you about the AGATHA Prize, as in Agatha Christie. This prize has been going on since '89, and it's on what I call cozy mysteries. Now, their rules are they're mysteries that cannot have any explicit sex, gore, or violence. So that leaves a lot of traditional mysteries out. But they're going to have their convention in a few months in Maryland, right outside of D.C. And I thought about going it, but that might be a little too much cozy mystery for me a whole weekend. Anyway, but I do have some, I think, kind of fun ones that I just want to tell you about. They're on their finalist list. Now, you have to take these with a certain grain of salt. They're not serious. I either have to be in a real happy, jolly mood to read them or way, way down, and they cheer me up. But they are, and there's certain trends I'm going to point out. Okay, so I've put the link to it, the finalists, down below. I'm going to just go through some of the main categories. The main one is the best mystery novel written, and it was, no, we don't know the winners yet, but my favorite was Death by Bubble Tea. I love that cover. And bubble tea is actually an Asian drink that is made, I have a picture of it, with fruit juices and carbonation. And at the back, at the bottom, those black things aren't bugs, they're tapioca pearls. I thought tapioca was white, but evidently that's the big thing now in drinks. Okay, this story, a young woman in Los Angeles, her cousin from China comes to visit. She's a Chinese American for all summer. They don't know what to do, so her dad fixes up a little what's called night market stand for them, which is very prevalent in Asian cities. Lots of lights and sell food and things. Anyway, so they do it, and their top seller is the bubble tea. Now, I won't go into all these, all have strange deaths, but there's somebody puts something in the bubble tea and a death happens, and the rest is about that. But actually, I'm really anxious to try that bubble tea. Okay, the next one, I'm dropping them all, is Bayou Book Thief. It again has a lot to do with cooking. It takes place in New Orleans, and the young woman protagonist is collects vintage cookbooks and goes to work at like a special museum cafe that has food from these cookbooks. And they even have recipes in here. I've noticed a lot of the cozy mysteries now have to do with cooking, and actually include the mysteries, the recipes. This one has one for, what was it? Crawfish saute. Crawfish is this little animal that runs around in fresh water in the South that looks like a baby lobster or I don't know. Anyway, I didn't realize they ate them, but if you want to know how to cook them, you can get this. Okay, again, another strange murder where body turns up in a strange place, and I'm beginning to see the trend. That's how cozy mysteries are. Okay, I did want to show you, I'm dropping everything. Oh no. Okay, one more. This was the first in the category for first novel, and it's called Cheddar Off Dead. You get a lot of puns in your titles too. Now I won't go into it. This lady owns a cheese shop, and there's recipes in here for cheese, but the food critic comes to check her out, the new place, and everything goes wrong, and I won't say how, but he ends up dead, and it looks like it had something to do with cheese. Really funny, and I guess this is the start of a series of, what do they call, the cheese shop mysteries. Okay, one more from this. I want to show you the book that I got from the historical list. It's called An Emily Dickinson Mystery, and it's Because I Could Not Stop for Death, which is one of her famous poems. And this does take place, Emily Dickinson is a character. Our protagonist is a young woman who comes and becomes her maid and friend, really, and together they solve mysteries. And this, again, I believe is starting a new series, or maybe maybe there's been some already of the Emily Dickinson series. So that's kind of fun. Okay, I just want to show you one more. They do have some serious type books. They have a nonfiction category, and I was able to get this huge book from my library called The Life of Crime by Martin Edwards, and it's huge, but it goes through all the different styles of mystery writing, all the different authors that have been famous, starting like with Edgar Allan Poe, or maybe even before that, I'm not sure. I almost thought I could read that for the Mammoth March that's coming up, but I don't know. Might be a little too much for me. Anyway, so this is a good one. If you can get it at the library or something, it's great. It's got a lot of things about mysteries that I hadn't thought of. So, okay, let's see. That's it for books. I wanted to show you there are maybe a few knitters that still watch me. This is a shawl by Stephen West, who's very popular. Just Google him, and he's a wonderful designer. Actually, this is called a mystery shawl. You don't know what it's going to look like till you finish it. He gives you all these different clues every week, and suddenly you have this. He does mention you need to use a lot of colors, which I did. of course, I have lots of scraps laid up. So, okay, that's it for today. Hope some of you enjoy these cozy mysteries. Bye.